If you're keen to strategy games on mobiles specifically, you probably know the best ones keep you engaged for quite a bit of time in each play, whether if it's the rewarding system, the quality of the game itself, or the amount of content that it has to offer. Today, I'm going to be showing you about 20 of the best and most trending strategy games of 2023, specifically newly released games for your Android and iOS devices as well. Let's go.
Yes, Your Highness. The town is just ahead.
As planned, we first communicate with...
Number one, we've got an almost real-time strategy, Heroes of Might and Magic inspired, from a new developer in town going by the name Kingdoms Rise. This is an online game that's downloaded almost 50,000 times since just 2 days ago, which I would have to say for a strategy game that's either it's a AAA in quality or it's from a very well-known developer. So considering it's from a new developer in town, it's gotta be very high quality. This is how it looks. The whole thing's about 700 megabytes in total. Now, coming right up with the most positive acclaim on the Play Store and over 10 million downloads since release, a game I've never mentioned before, it's Art of War 3. It's a real-time military and fantasy 4X strategy multiplayer that is in quality right up there with games like the StarCraft. The second greatest thing about this game is that besides the top tier quality, almost ad-free, takes half a gigabyte of storage for the amount of content it offers, and even has a single player campaign if you're into classic old strategy fun. As one of the top 10 most earning mobile games on the Play Store, number 3, we have Last Fortress Underground, one of the most addictive free-to-play, almost offline games, and I say that because you literally don't have to watch any ad unless you want to, in addition to some of the best in-app purchase features for those of you wanting to have the upper hand a little bit. Great game, very addictive, no pay to win, fun to play, best if you could play with an ally, and if you're familiar with the Fallout Shelter, you're gonna love this one. With over 100,000 downloads since just a week ago, number 4 we have Pirate Ships, a tactics casual strategy multiplayer and single player. Pirate Ships, you see, is sitting on the Play Store right now with almost a 5 out of 5 in review score. But it is kind of rated low by individuals because it still lacks content and a little bit overall sims. You do get the best upgradable contents to work and fight for in this game. I'm personally obsessed with it recently, and the whole thing's about 200 megabytes in total. Number 5, no longer in its pre-registration state, I'm pretty sure most of you already know, coming from the same developers of Rise of Kingdoms, maybe just the biggest mobile strategy game on the Play Store if it weren't for Clash of Clans. We've got over here one of the most awaited games of 2023, Call of Dragons. It's another fantasy free-to-play MMO strategy, kind of inspired by the World of Warcraft, with amazing graphics and a ton of options and in-game content to keep you busy all year. It's a free one, takes about 2 gigabytes in total, and this is really how it looks. Number 6, we've got Road to Valor, one of the games I've really wanted to include in a video in the past month, although it's been out for a little over a year now. It's a real-time strategy tactics where you have the option to play as literally every mythical god or race. There's Romans, Vikings, beasts even. This game's rated a 4.7 out of 5 and only downloaded 100,000 times since release. Basically, it's one of the most underrated, also card-style strategies ever released in my book. Been out for months. I'm still wondering if Blizzard had anything to do with this one or not. Number 7, we have a very Warcraft 3 clone sitting on the Play Store going by the name War Legends. This is actually from the same people who previously came up with Art of War 3, the game we mentioned before, and Prehistoric Park Builder, both really huge real-time strategies. In any case, it's a free one too, playable online and about 600 megabytes in total. Check it out, this is actually in-game footage. Wild Castle, on the other hand, is a online and offline Supercell style tower defense, of course, which is also from the same developers of Mage War. Not just that, about like 5 more old downloaded over a million time kind of games with 4.5 out of 5 in review scores, in ratings. If you have played Grow Castle, guys, this game is quite a bit just the same in pace, actually more rewarding and quite nice in visuals as opposed to Grow Castle. There's one downside though, that it could get a little repetitive rather soon if you are looking for the long run, so keep that in mind. With a 4.7 in rating and over a million downloads on the Play Store alone, we've got a Battle Legion Mass Battler, a 100 versus 100 idle-style tactics and real-time strategy with some of the best depth mechanics you can literally have hands-on and mobile. I'd recommend this one to every one of you, except it gets a little bit challenging and frustrating if you don't know the tactics mechanics. You get the whole thing for free, 300 megabytes in storage, playable online, and 0 pay-to-win components. Number 10, guys, we have War Armies, a game I've mentioned maybe once, but quite legitimately the best military real-time and multiplayer tactics strategy game I can personally think of. I mean, it's actually designed to feel like a simulation in pace and a console port in quality. Very challenging game, but you can milk it if you do know the strategy game mechanics. A lot of people honestly have been hacking it lately, so it's rated a little low, but developers are super helpful and very attending. It's a free game, about 400 megabytes in total, and this is really how it looks. Now, this could have easily be the number 1 game in the list, but for several reasons. Number 11, it's European War 7 Medieval, the company EasyTech's latest strategy game that this time offers the Roman Empires, the Byzantines, the Vikings as well. This is a turn-based strategy and quite frankly the most history accurate and rather serious game in the list, with the whole campaign, the conquest, the multiplayer, and a very decent graphic compared to its series. Check it out, the whole thing's about 600 megabytes in total, free all the way and also playable offline with a bit of a purchase. Number 12 is the rather recently released famous Warhammer mobile game that I've mentioned quite a bit of times, Tacticus. It's an online and offline, initially Netflix original real-time strategy that is sitting on the Play Store with almost 5 million registered players since only months ago. If you're a fan of Warhammer games, you're gonna love this one, for sure. Not to mention, a few days ago, developers released a summer battle pass that literally made the whole game like twice in size. There's more campaigns to take, new heroes, materials, it's a whole other game. Moving on, we have Age of Frostfall, although available for a whole year, but after months and months of wait, developers finally released an update to make it free to play but online. Age of Frostfall is single-handedly the most positively acclaimed strategy Viking era RPG in mobile gaming. Not a multiplayer, but a single player with auto-battling components and a quite hefty campaign too, with an actual story. This game is about 1 gigabyte in total and it's a very high quality game. Now, as I've mentioned, I've got 20 games for you to check out. Number 14 goes Iron Marines. It's a real-time strategy, almost tower defense. It's the only paid game in the list. Honestly, the best game in the list if it were up to me. Number 15, we have Kingdom Clash, in addition to 6 more free-to-play, all 4.5 out of 5 above in rating and over 1 million in downloads. Let's take a look.
to immerse yourself into the mysterious world of magic? This world is ruled by power. Build your own team of mighty heroes. Gain strength and go to the next level. The unique game universe, full of adventures and confrontations, awaits you.